back to the point of the play in the first quarter, right, where Buffalo is driving early on in the football game, and Josh Allen, and to me, this was a huge play. It's not as big as Josh Allen missing that damn throw at the end. I get that. But this is still a big play where Josh Allen, Buffalo's got a little momentum. They're moving the ball down the football field. They're on fringe field goal territory. They're right there in that range. And Josh Allen runs out to the right. He's got people around him. He looks like he's about to throw the football. And then with all due respect to what it looks like, it does look like he's not going to really throw it, but that does not change the rule of his arm is going forward and the ball came out. Now, I don't think he was meaning to throw the ball. I think he was going to throw it and was going to try to stop, but nonetheless, intent is not part of the rule book in the NFL. So that's where I don't understand why 345 kept this as a fumble when there was clear evidence that the hand went like this. And then it looks like he's trying to stop. I get that. But the hand is still going forward as he's trying to stop, and the ball goes forward as well. And they keep it as a fumble. I feel like 345 yesterday was they've listened to you so much about conclusive evidence to
clear and obvious
that if it wasn't the most egregiously clear thing in the world, they weren't going to make the call yesterday. And yeah, I thought that was the wrong call on the field. I think all of us did in the viewing room.
And look, this is where the Tom Brady legend first began, because the rule used to be if you pump, right, once you complete the process of your arm pumping and you still have the ball, until you completely bring the ball back to your body, if the ball comes out, it's not a fumble.
Yeah, right.
That you have the opportunity, you pump, and you can bring it back and tuck it to your body. So that time period after completion of the arm movement forward, you can bring the ball back to the body. If they knock it out on the way, it's not a fumble, which is the ruling on the field in the 2001 playoffs from Walt Coleman initial ruling was fumble.
Right.
Then the replay review, it's tuck rule. The ball came out in this process of tucking the ball back into your body. So more than 10 years after the fact, and I don't know if they waited until after Al Davis died to do it. I think it still happened in Al Davis's lifetime. They finally got rid of the tuck rule because it just doesn't make logical sense.
Right.
But what that means then is when you've completed the process of moving the arm forward, if you lose possession of the ball, it's a fumble. So the ruling on the field was yes, the arm's moving forward, but the process is over. And he's holding the ball out there. I don't know if we can show like a slow motion replay of it. And then the ball comes out. And because it's not clear and obvious that he was still moving the ball forward and not in the process of tucking, that's why they didn't.
This is clear and obvious to me right here that this is a forward pass. See, this is where it's a little different than the tuck rule and Brady. Brady was standing there and pumping
he was in the process
He's throwing
of tucking.
a side arm here.
They're interpreting that motion as I'm trying to not throw it, and it slipped out of my hands.
Yeah, I guess they are. I just had
popcorn.
And I understand that thought.
He's like Brucey. He had popcorn.
But regardless, his arm is going forward, and the ball comes out. This is clear that his arm is going forward. There's no other way to say it. His arm is going forward. This is not standing upright like Tom Brady, who was doing a fake throw and doing a pump fake. This is somebody that was going to throw it to 85 right here in the flat, right in our four screen. He was going to throw it to him, and then he's got the guy in front of his face, and it looks like, yes, he's going to try to stop that and absorb the hit. But nonetheless, it does not change that the arm is going forward, and he's not tucking yet. He's not tucking anything. So that's where it's a good conversation. I'd love to hear the league talk about it a little bit more because, again, Tom Brady did this, and it was standing straight up, and the ball was like this when he threw it. All right, so it was, boom, and then it was bringing it back.
No, it was in the process of tucking.
Right.
That's what made it seem so obvious.
I'm going to do this. And, no, I want to stop it, but, I can't. And the ball came out. And I think there's some nuance and some context there that's a little different. And the arm was clearly going forward. That's where I think there's going to be some debate at 345.
Here's the key language of the rule book. Yeah. And this is from Rule 3 article actually section 21, article number 3, item 2. If the player loses possession of the ball during an attempt to bring it back toward his body, or if the player loses possession after he has tucked the ball into his body, it is a fumble. See, it used to be if you lost possession during the attempt to bring it back into your body, it wasn't a fumble. That's what saved the Patriots in the tuck rule game. That's the part that they changed. So they decided that moment was during the attempt to bring it back toward his body.
Yeah.
And look, I go with the know it when you see it. That was the I'm not going to throw this ball. Oh, shit, I dropped it.
Right.
So I don't have a problem with
Right.
it. I think they got it right because I am imputing intent to the overall circumstance.
Right.
He's thinking, I'm pumping it. Oh, crap, I dropped it.
Yeah.
That's a fumble.
Yeah, I listen. I hear you there. I do. My only thing saying going forward, and what I've seen through the year is that's not called like that most of the time. And if it's going to be consistent like that, then I'd be cool with that.
Well,
I've
that's
seen
a different issue altogether. They're inconsistent about everything.
And I'm not going to hold it, and the ball still goes forward, and they go, that was a forward pass, and they go, no, he was trying to stop it.
Hey.
So that's where that's where you're going to hear people be annoyed by it.
One of the biggest issues with NFL officiating is inconsistency.
Inconsistency. You hear that, I know, from people you talk to, and I've talked to you about it from people I talk to. They don't know what to expect from the referees. Regardless, that was a weird play. It was a big play because it jump-started the Philadelphia Eagles offense early in the football game, gave them a short field, they scored a touchdown, they got going, and that's the only reason I bring it up. Now, off of that, I do want to give some credit here because the damn Philadelphia Eagles, I think, reminded everybody yesterday going, hey, with number 99's back on the field, or 98, excuse me, because 99's retired for the great Jerome Brown, R.I.P., but like number 98, Jalen Carter's got a lot of Jerome Brown, Warren Sapp type of stuff in him. When he's on the football field and this Eagles defense is rolling, this is still one of the best defenses in football. And you could see Josh Allen, they couldn't do anything yesterday for a big part of the football game. Even on their scoring touchdown drive to make it 13-6, they got a PI and they got some help there and threw a jump ball. It wasn't like, they figured out how to move the ball on this Eagles defense. Jalen Carter is a game wrecker. First game back when he's healthy, he's the best defensive tackle in the NFL. And I think, again, Philadelphia reminded us yesterday, we don't have to be sexy on offense. As long as our defense is like that and we just take care of the ball, we're going to be hard to beat. And they're going to believe in themselves late in football games, and that's where you still give them a fighting chance in the NFC to come out of there and be in the Super Bowl.
Coach Nick Sirianni did acknowledge after the game that he needs to be involved in helping offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo in the period between series.
Yeah,
it's
right.
too hard when a play is called, I don't really like that play. The play clock is ticking. You can't necessarily veto and override the offensive coordinator's play call in the moment. He said, what I need to do is spend more time when the offense isn't on the field, trying to help them, trying to fix things. And he seems to be committed to doing that going forward. And they need to. You can't sleepwalk through half of a playoff game and expect to win.
No, I don't think so either. Now, they're so damn good on defense, and Vic Fangio's so damn good, they might be able to do it.
Are you saying their defense may be good enough to win games by itself?
They've already.
The Texans,
they're not. I'm
not
going to say they're the Texans, but they have that type of potential. They do. When you could go up 34-0 against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl and do stuff like that, and see some of the stuff we saw this year, go to Green Bay and they can't even get a free first down in the damn second half, right? Some of those games. I mean, when you look at that and what they've done at their best, you go, ooh, at their best, Philadelphia's defense is still a Super Bowl defense. And I'd also take into account, hey, could they be a team a little bit? And we know they're still one of the most talented teams in sport. Could they be a team that's like, it's the regular season. We're used to the Super Bowl. We've been to the Super Bowl 2 out of 3 years. Like, it's time to start turning it on in the playoffs and play at a different level of football and a different intensity. And we know how to win these type of games. Yeah, Philadelphia's going to be very comfortable no matter where they are or who they play against in the NFC. And as we've talked about, the NFC, a lot of the teams have flaws. So they're going to feel good about it no matter what. But with that defense playing the way it is, with Jalen Carter, and then you take Quinyon Mitchell on the outside, who to me is going to be an all-pro corner. Cooper DeJean might be the all-pro nickelback for my team. I know that. And, of course, the scheme around it. And then, again, the offense is underwhelming. But like we said when they were in the winning streaks early in the year in the midseason, the offense doesn't have to be, like, earth-shattering. If they just take care of the ball and don't turn it over, they're almost capable of just winning that way and winning these ugly 13-10, 16-13 type of football games.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.